We have Criss Angel, and
two S's.
He's going to be here. And I guess we could talk about other stuff, but there's so many 65 million questions on Gmail.
We're only going to get to 3
And he's
anyway.
got, what he's pimping is, he's got, coming out a long time from now, like in June is the next season of Money.
Right, actually, the DVD's
That's
out right
Criss
now.
Angel's voice right there.
Thank you for having me on, and congratulations on the success, Penn, of the show. Thanks for having me on.
And I'm holding the DVD here, and a lot of you people write in about the genius of Criss Angel and his show and his magic, but
come on,
that's
genius.
Fine. That's fine.
Come
on.
on.
I want to talk.
Use.
The thing that's genius about this is the title he used.
Yeah,
okay?
well, he does.
The title is Mind Freak, which is not what everybody hears.
Right.
Everybody knows that's mind F word.
Exactly.
They all know. But I was talking to people that write with you, and you have a great team. You have
Incredible.
Johnny Thompson and Todd Robbins and stuff. And what they said that I think that people should know, because there's this thing that happens when you're on the air. People think it's all your ideas. You do everything yourself. And then they're really disappointed when they find out you have a team behind you. And just like David Letterman or anybody, the next level you have to remind them of is I was talking to Johnny and I was talking to Todd, and they were saying that you came back from vacation with over 200 ideas for the series, and then brought the other people in. So you can be disappointed that he didn't come up with everything himself, but then you can be really happy that he came up with the vast majority. And they were raving about you.
Well, I pay them. I pay them well. But you know what's great about them is that really no one man can win a war, and I have a great team. Johnny's incredible, and Todd Robbins, Banachek, Luke Jermay, just really Jim Steinmeier, all really talented people that really support the vision. And without them, quite frankly, it would never be possible.
It's built
and you guys too.
But you find a way in your show to have this sense that the audience feels like they're going through the thing with you.
Right.
You know, even if you are putting hooks in your skin and so on.
Well, I try to blur the line so that people know that a lot of what I do is real. It's not BS.
Well, that's one of the things.
And a lot of it is
a big
BS,
question.
You know?
That's a really big question.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I really, because I know the answer to this, and read a couple of the things that was on the Penn and Teller web thing.
Sure. It's I bet it's not a trick. I know it's real. When he talking about you lifted that taxi off the little girl, it must be true because if it was an illusion, how would you do it in front of an audience? I mean, there are a million of these.
Also, how can you tell a number that's in someone's head?
How can you tell?
Yeah, you see. All right, let's talk about that if I may, for a second. I do not believe that anybody has the ability to do anything that's supernatural. I believe nothing of what I hear and half of what I see, and until I see some proof in front of me, it's just all BS. People just take advantage of vulnerable people.
So I love the fact that all these people,
they're fighting for you, man. They are. Criss Angel's a god. He's just amazing. I can't believe he's doing it. He's got these powers. I know they're real.
And what makes that confusing, and I'll say this as the guy who does the BS show, is that some of your stuff is real. The stunt stuff you do is real. The stuff that isn't supernatural, the stuff that's stupid, is real.
Right.
Stupid stuff real, supernatural stuff fake.
Exactly.
Could get hurt.
Couldn't explain it better myself.
And Todd Robbins,
he's great,
told me stories that I don't get tense. I'm not going to tell you on the air because it does involve methods.
Okay.
But he was telling me about one of a couple of the tricks he helped you with, and he was saying, here's what we could do to make it easier. And you were going, no, let's do it the harder way.
Wow, it was really stupid.
It won't make any difference. It won't make any difference on TV. No difference at all. And you were going, no, let's do it the harder way.
And you know what? Even though I did it the harder way, you still get people like in the magic world, which I really could give beep about. But they sit there and say it's trick photography, it's this, it's that. And the truth of the matter, it isn't. I worked really hard to try to pull it off so it would be like you would experience it if you saw a live show, but they didn't appreciate that, and they just write it off as whatever.
That's really bothersome, because if you're a magician, like the couple of shows that I watched, what Teller and I were amazed by was that you bothered doing it when it could be trick. And you'd think that someone was hip would just go, like you did that thing with moving the people up the hallway. Right. One of the ones I saw.
That wasn't a lockdown camera shot.
I know that. I know it wasn't lockdown. And I was, my wife was watching it, and she said, "Man, how did he do that?" And I went, He didn't do it the easy way.
No.
He did it the really hard way. And I went, she said, so the people that are standing there saw that same thing? And I went, unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. So let me tell you how I did it right now. An exclusive. I use twins.
Yeah, I know that.
You know?
I know that. I'll let you do that.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. And
it was entertaining. It was good. It was
sure,
twins.
It was last season's show.
Yeah, exactly.
And the genius of using twins.
Right.
And I don't know if this was your idea.
Yes, it was.
But the genius of having a couple.
Exactly.
You know,
yeah,
because you had two,
a guy and a girl.
A guy and a girl.
Yeah. Now I can do a whole family with a dog. For next season, I am. No one's even gonna know it. I'm saying this on the radio. People still won't believe me that I would reveal how I'm gonna do something on next season. So watch it, and then you tell me if you see me do it. And I guarantee you're gonna tell me I would never reveal my trick. So I don't have powers. I don't. And yet people tell me I do. I'm the devil.
And you want to get credit.
Right.
I mean, you're working your ass off. You're doing, a million shows for no money in the middle of the desert in no time. And then someone says you have powers. You want to go, no, I didn't sleep for 3 months.
Exactly.
I'm working my ass off. If I had powers, I would have had time for a life.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and also, if you have powers, you're not climbing through a storefront window. You're saving the world.
Right.
Let's talk. I mean, who's got powers?
Or winning a lottery ticket
out of somewhere.
Yeah, not even winning a lottery ticket, man. If all of a sudden you had even one of the powers you had there, you're saving babies.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the first thing you're doing. And the fact that when they say you have powers, you're doing this TV show, it's questioning your morality. It's like... Better be listening carefully. We have Criss Angel here today. People have been writing in. I would be working with every scientist in the world.
Right.
I'd be winning the Nobel Prize. I'd be doing anything I could to use this to stop the HIV virus. I'd be stopping dysentery in Africa. I would not be making people
a card trick. Hey, you're thinking of the 6 of diamonds, right? I could cure AIDS, but 6 of diamonds.
And if you could read someone's mind, you would be reading people's minds on September 10th. 2001. You would have been reading minds and going, yo, I got to get the CIA on the phone. I got some guys flying into Boston. You got to know about it. And oh, by the way, they picked the 7 of diamonds. They're going to kill a lot of people. They also picked the 7 of diamonds.
What we're doing right now is we're just breaking it down very logical. And if people just break things down logical, you can really understand a lot, but people want to believe.
Yeah, I guess so.
And people, I think, are somewhat vulnerable. Look at these guys that are on television that say they can talk to the dead. Yeah. Right? So people are very vulnerable to spend their money, and these people are like, sharks. They just leeches that suck these people dry. That makes me crazy, man.
Oh, there's nothing worse.
The scum of the earth.
And I, cared about this a lot when my mom and dad were alive. And then my mom and dad died, and I felt that grief, that clutching, a drowning man will grab a snake, just anything. And I felt that grief, and then that kind of good-natured, hey, they should cut that out, kind of turned into this really dark rage. Yep. And speaking of dark rage, we'll be back with Criss Angel and more of your questions. We got nothing to fight with him about. We got to find a different magician we can scream at. We'll be back after this. Penn Jillette, Las Vegas.